Helga Pataki bullied Arnold constantly,
Move it, football head!
but behind closed doors, she had an entire shrine dedicated to him. As a kid, I just saw it as this exaggerated secret crush. But as an adult, I realized how sad and disturbing Helga's obsession with Arnold really was. Helga desperately wanted Arnold's attention, while also doing everything possible to push him away. She insulted him, embarrassed him, called him football head every chance she got, and then would go home and basically worship him in private.
Oh, Arnold, I call on the power of thy sacred shrine. Give me.
And that's the part that feels different watching it now. Why was Helga so obsessed with Arnold, but also so terrified of him knowing how she actually felt? And I think a lot of the answer starts at home.
I don't want you blabbing to some school shrink. We Patakis don't talk about things.
Long before Arnold, Helga was already growing up in a house where getting someone to notice her wasn't exactly easy. Her dad, Big Bob, was loud, overbearing, and usually more interested in his business or Olga than whatever Helga had going on.
Yeah, in a minute, Olga.
No, I'm Helga, Dad. Helga.
Her mom, Miriam, was physically there, but a lot of the time she wasn't really there.
I was just looking for my key.
And then there was Olga, the perfect older sister who seemed to get all the praise and attention Helga wanted. So Helga learned pretty early that attention wasn't something she could just expect to get.
Did you pick up my winter coat from the cleaners?
What? Oh, Helga, I forgot.
And then Arnold came along. Arnold noticed her. He was nice to her when he really had no reason to be. He complimented her
I
bow,
like your bow because it's pink like your pants.
shared his umbrella with her, and later gave her his crackers after Harold took hers. And this is actually where Helga's crush on Arnold starts, which makes her obsession with him make a lot more sense. Because to Arnold, he was just being Arnold. He was nice to everybody. But to Helga, this was probably one of the first times she felt noticed, and almost immediately, Helga became attached to him. But something else happened that same day that I think explains why we ended up with the Helga we know. The other kids saw that she liked Arnold and laughed at her. And Helga's response wasn't to admit it. She immediately got defensive and aggressive and started hiding how she felt. So from basically the beginning, these two things were connected. Helga desperately wanted Arnold's attention, but being vulnerable about wanting it didn't feel safe. And this is where I believe anxious attachment comes in. Anxious attachment can be associated with a history of inconsistent affection or attention. You want closeness, but you can also become extremely sensitive to rejection or any sign that the other person might not feel the same way. And Helga had already learned at home that attention wasn't guaranteed. Then Arnold comes along and gives her exactly what she's been missing. He notices her. He's kind to her. He makes her feel seen. So she becomes completely attached to him. But actually telling Arnold how she feels means risking the one thing Helga seems terrified of, finding out that he doesn't feel the same way. And this is where Helga's obsession goes from a childhood crush to something genuinely disturbing. Because Helga didn't just secretly like Arnold. She built an entire shrine in her closet, including a sculpture made from his chewed gum. And the shrine wasn't just something Helga built once and forgot about. She worships it regularly and was constantly looking for things to add to it. She had jars labeled with his hair and toenails and once hid in his closet and stole his old socks. Helga isn't just thinking about Arnold when he's not around. She's collecting pieces of him. When Helga is alone, she talks to the shrine, writes about him, and gives these huge dramatic speeches about how much she loves him. But put the actual Arnold in front of her, and suddenly he's football head again. And that contradiction makes more sense to me now. Loving Arnold in her room is safe. He can't laugh at her, he can't reject her. She gets to love him without ever finding out whether he loves her back. And that's what I never understood about Helga as a kid. The obsession was played for laughs, but underneath it was something extremely sad. Arnold showed Helga kindness at a time when she desperately needed it, and she held onto that feeling for years.